Hi everybody, welcome back to our fall mini album. This is a design team project for Country Craft Creations, and we are using Favorite Fall from Echo Park. I think it's my favorite fall, and it's really pretty. As you can see, we've almost finished the inner part of the book, but we do have a few things to do, and that's what we're going to do in this video. We're going to get this whole base of the book finished. So we need to do something here on the front page, the very first page, and we have to do the very back page, and we have to mat this flap right here, and then we're going to make a policy envelope to go here. We've already put magnets for it. Okay, so we're going to start with this back page where we're going to do a pocket. Actually, we're going to do two pockets. Let me go ahead and bring those out. And all the measurements are on the cut list, which will be linked down below. So you need a piece 5.5 by 8, and you need a piece 3.5 by 8. And by the way, if you have trouble seeing, highly recommend this ruler. I'll link it down below. It is an affiliate link, but it's not like I'm making a fortune off it. Okay. I just recommend it because I love it so much. And somebody recommended it to me, and I just don't know what I would do without it. Okay. Actually, I want to check and see if it even comes in a shorter length. I have a longer one that I bought actually by accident. I think it's 24 inches or something, or 18. It's way too big. But I would like a 6-inch if they make it. And I'm just trimming the corners out. These are pockets, of course, and I suppose I should tell you. Score one long edge at 1/2 inch and each short edge for both pieces. The two short edges, the long edge at 1/2 inch, and then trim out the corners. I suppose I should have done that. Maybe not right on top of the book, but it's all right. Here we go. And now, get this ink out of the way. I'm sneaking in, excuse me, I'm sneaking in an hour before work to try and get a little bit done here. I mentioned in the last video that I'm going to start a new schedule where I'll be home in the mornings, which I'm very excited about, but that's not happening for 2 weeks, so hopefully we'll have this album long done before that. All right, so I hope you can, let me just move that to the side a little bit. Now, you can use glue. The only reason I'm using tape, normally I would use glue, the only reason I'm using tape is it's just quicker to demonstrate if I use tape. I've got a couple things coming up. I'm going on Thursday to a scrapbook store. It's not terribly close to my house, but I'm going to be in that area on Thursday, so I'm kind of excited about that. I've heard it's got a lot of mixed media stuff, and that'll be fun. Okay, so you're going to take the larger pocket and put it here with the smaller one on top to make a triple pocket, similar to, actually it's exactly like what we did here, it's just a different size. So I'm going to attach these two together first and then put them in the book. And I'm just looking over here to make sure I'm not going to have any fit problems, because last night when I was filming it seemed like I was making one mistake after the other. All right. So I like to put the two sides in first and then the bottom on top, and that gives you it just makes it a little easier to get things in and out of the pockets. Okay, so I'm just lifting that up first to get that part done. Okay, here we go. Sure you're putting it on the bottom. little crooked, a little bit. Looks good on the sides. It's a little bit crooked on the bottom, but you know what? Oh, I know why it's crooked. It's just because I haven't folded this one up yet. Never mind, it's fine. Okay. Excuse me. My allergies are going crazy this morning. Now, let's see, I am going to just pull up the corner here and fold that tape down like that so it's sticking out. And let's bring the book over. And we're going to attach just this one corner to start. You can be up a little bit from the bottom, but you don't want to really be in from the side because this is kind of a tight fit. All right, that looks good. And of course I am in a little from the side, which I didn't want to be, but let's see. If it's too tight, I can take it off with undo and redo it. Let's see. It's a little tight. Let's see. I think it'll be all right though. Let me see. Yeah, I think that's fine. The more I turn it, the smoother it's turning. So it's a little tighter than I would like, but it's fine. Okay. So that's that. Now let me show you the policy envelope. Now I'm going to get back to this, but I just want to show it to you. Now, when we made Christmas in the Country, I showed you how to draft this envelope and make your own template. And that's how I made this. I used my template that we had made, and here's my template when we did that. So what I'm going to do is link that video here on the screen to show you how to make your template. So just go and watch that, make your template, and then cut out, you may already have a template. If you made that album, you should have the template. If you didn't make the album, go ahead, watch that one video, make the template, and trace and cut out your policy envelope, and then just set it aside, because we're going to get back to that. So I've got that. So I need to pick out mats for here and here, and then we still need mats for inside this waterfall. I'm pretty sure I'm just going to use craft cardstock for that. This is where the policy envelope is going. And then we need to decide about here. And I was going to leave it completely plain, and I'm still tempted to leave it completely plain. But I'm just thinking I might do just a large, how wide could I go? 6.5. I could do a pocket that's really, really big. And I think that's what I'm going to do. All right, so let's cut a piece 7 by 10, because it's going to be a vertical pocket that opens on the side. So 7.5 by 10. If you don't want it, and I know that's going to use up basically a sheet of cardstock, if you don't want to do that, just leave it off. But I'm going to go ahead and cut it. I'll be right back. Okay, there's that. And I know I should get out my larger scoreboard, but I'm not going to. And so we're going to do the same thing we always do. We're going to score 2 short sides, 1 long side at a 1/2 inch. And if your scoreboard is small, like this one, you can still do it. Just score, slide it up, and continue scoring. No problem. There we go. Okay. And I'm using 3/8 inch tape. And actually, before I tape, let's do a dry fit. good? It might be a hair wide, but it looks pretty good. Okay. All right, so let us go ahead and tape this. If you want to, you could cut a half circle out of the top edge of this pocket to help get things in and out. I'm not going to. I'm just going to leave mine straight. Let's go ahead. Okay. Just turn that over. Good. We want this pocket to be nice and flat. Here's our book. We're just going to put this right here. Oh, did I cut this too wide? Oh, you know what? I wanted this a little shorter. You know what? I initially said 7 and then I made it 7.5 and it should have been 7. I'm just going to trim a 1/2 inch off. So you cut yours 7, not 7.5. So you want a finished size of 6.5. That's better, because I just want that little bit showing there. Okay, that's what I want. This is why you always do your test fits, because catch things like that. Right? And I'm just going to pull off the tape from this corner here. Let's get that lined up first. Don't put it don't put it right up against the hinge where you'll have a hard time opening and closing the page. That looks pretty good. This top edge. Okay, now we have one big pocket here. All right, so I am going to, actually, what time is it? Oh, I have time. All right, so I'm gonna pick out some mats. It'll probably be a while before I'm back. For me, it'll be just a few seconds. For you, I'll be back after work. We'll finish matting all these. We'll mat our policy envelope and get the whole inside base of the album done. And then in the final video, we'll make our inside pocket inserts, some tags, maybe some paper clips, just whatever embellishing that we decide to do. We'll work with our cut-aparts and stickers and all that other stuff. Okay, so I will be back for you in just a few seconds. And for me, I'm going to go to work, and I will be back for me tonight.
All right, I am back from work. I've got some mats picked out and cut out and inked, so we can keep moving along. All right, so this is the one I chose for this spot here on the front, and then I'm just going to use this little strip of green inside the pocket. Oh, you know, do I want to use that side? No, I think I want to use that side. Okay, just checking. Okay. Problem I have, or part of the problem is I have the wrong glasses on again, but the problem I have with big albums is I have a hard time seeing them. So I think I get my mats on even more crooked than usual on the big ones. But that's not too bad. That's a nice straight line there. Okay. Do we want to use this blackish color? That's kind of pretty. No, kind of, yeah, stick with green. Sorry, I'm dithering. Nice. Okay, so there's that. And all of this is done. We're going to do that envelope. I went ahead, I put the craft inside here, and then what I also did, if you remember, I totally botched this mat. Now, if I was given this as a gift, or if I was going to sell it or something, I would have fixed that. These were put down with score tape. I could easily have taken it out, but instead I decided to just dazzle with glitter. And hopefully nobody will notice how bad the mat looks up the top. So I just put a little glittery ribbon. It was this one here. This is my favorite. It's from the Ribbon Boutique, and I get it at Hobby Lobby. I have it in, this is kind of a mix of silver and gold. We'll be using it on some of the tags. And I also have the actual bright gold. And I have it in, I think this is supposed to be rose gold, but it's very pink, but I like it a lot. Okay, so that's how I decided to fix that. But again, if I was actually going to give this as a gift or sell it, I would have taken that page out and redone it. Not the page, but this flap. Okay, didn't tie that very well, did I? Here we go. All right, so there's that. This is fine. Okay, now we have to mat this flap and this pocket. And I'm going to go with the bicycles, that same fall print, and with the leaves and the acorns, and then this buffalo check. I love this plaid that's on the back of this. I don't think I've used it anywhere. I think I'm going to make sure I use it on a tag or something, because I like it a lot. We get that right side up. It's not quite centered, but that's okay. Here we go. Making sure I put the glue on the right side. I can see it. I'm just going to turn this because I cannot see that at all. What I did, just drop my bone folder. Okay. What I did when I put this in is I tried to make it straight here. This line was straight because if it was slightly crooked here, it wouldn't be noticeable. But if it was crooked here, it'd be very noticeable. So that's how I laid that out. Okay. Then we have this flap over here, and I'm starting to run out of big pieces, so I'm going to just do a little pieced sort of thing here, color blocking, whatever you want to call it. So I'm just using this burgundy piece and this piece here. Let's see if it has a side. Deciding which way I like it best. That looks more right side up to me. Okay, that one. Careful, there's a magnet right under there. All right, oops. And then this piece. Go. Looks nice. And then I cut a piece of craft to go on the inside, which I don't even know if you can see. I'm leaning that against my computer. That may not be a good idea. You know what? I'll just do that. Okay. This is a square, so it doesn't matter which direction it goes. Okay. Oh boy, I didn't get that down straight. Hang on. Let's try that again. That's better. Okay. That goes like that. And that goes like that. Okay. So that's all the inside mats. Now we still have this to do. And I'm doing my favorite closure, which I'm going to use the brown. Which, if you've not watched one of my videos before, I'll show you. We're just going to use a little Tim Holtz Bulldog clip, or whatever clip you have, in conjunction with a piece of seam binding, which I'm eyeballing the center. And I'm just going to attach our seam binding right there. It's a nice long piece. We're going to cut it down after. And I'm going to use this same fall pattern on the back that we did on the spine. Just checking because I want to make sure. I want to make sure it looks the same direction as that one, or at least, I guess it doesn't really matter. Let's see. That's how I'm going to do it. Okay, now be sure when you're putting this down that this piece of seam binding is pulled out nice and flat. And you don't want to shift this piece of paper too much when you're doing this, because you'll end up shifting that. Okay, here we go. There we go. All right. Now, we don't really know how long this piece of ribbon needs to be yet, because we don't know how thick the book is going to be. But I do know I'm going to try and keep the book, you know, not too chunky, because I want plenty of room for pictures. So I think as long as it is, excuse me, long enough that when it's closed the book is flat, it should be fine. And a bulldog clip. So just one of these. And they have a little hole in them. So what I do is I run the piece of seam binding through the bottom hole in the clip, and either one is the bottom, doesn't matter. Just once you put this through, that becomes the bottom. Okay. Just pulling that all the way through. Okay. Then, so that's going to clip there, and that's what's going to hold the book. And if I pull this, so I'm going to leave it longer than I really need, because I can adjust it later. Okay, so that's pretty good. And then I'm just going to do not a full knot, because I want to be able to adjust it later. I'm just tying a little loop like, and then trim that off. I think I may need a new pair of cutter bee scissors. These seem like they're not very sharp anymore. Okay. There we go. So that's, right now it's bigger than it needs to be, but that will be adjusted later. Okay, now let me set this aside for a minute. And we're going to do our policy envelope. Now I linked earlier in the video where you can go to make your template and make your envelope. But it does need to be matted. So I cut the, laid out flat, I cut the center mat, and it's going to be these little owls. But before we put it down, we need to decide how this is going to go in the book. Are you going to put it in the book with this side up or this side up? And that's strictly up to you. I'm going to put mine this way. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this down. If this was the side that was going to be down, like this, you would need to put your magnets. Okay, but my magnets are going to go on the other side. Okay, so let me go ahead. And glue this down. Sorry, I record on my phone, and every now and then, somehow, even though I put it on Do Not Disturb, a call will come through. And that was what happened there. But anyway, you didn't miss anything. I was just going down that mat, except saying that I should have inked it, but I didn't, so that's okay. Now I want to show you how to make these mats. I will have shown you in the video, but just in case. And I need to pick something for them. We've hardly used this one. Let's use this. Okay, so get a pencil. Oh, there it is. Okay, so how I do these is this one and this one are pretty easy. You can just measure them, really. Get my easy to read ruler here. So this is going to be 3 1/4 by 1 3/4 to 1 7/8. So let me go ahead. Actually, yeah, that's good. Okay. This piece is going to go here, but it actually needs to go like this because it's going to fold down. You want the Hello Autumn to be facing appropriately. So let me grab. And that's going to go like that. So I might as well go ahead and put it on. There's that. I'm not putting any closure on this envelope. You can if you want. Okay. So that's going to go like that. And then I'm going to use a different paper down here. So this needs to be a little shy of 1 inch by about 3 1/4. I think. So I'm going to use that one there. The reason these are not fitting perfectly is that this curve on mine was hand drawn, so it's not actually, I didn't use this thing. Okay, so that's that. Now we need to do, whoops, now we need to do the magnets. Okay, and that's a little bit tricky. Okay, so let's grab our book. Really what I should have done is done the magnets on this first and then on the belly band, but it is what it is. All right, so let's grab our 2 magnets. There, okay. And let's grab a scrap. Like that. And this is going to go like this. Right, so I think what I'm going to do, let me open that, Let's grab some tape. I'll use the smaller tape. Oh my goodness. There we go. Oops. I'll just move that so you can see. All right. Now we've got adhesive on the back of these, not very neatly, I might add. Okay. And I'm moving these flaps out of the way. And then I'm just going to kind of, well, I need to leave that down actually just for a moment because I want to see where it's going. So right about there. You could put this at an angle if you want, but I'm just going to do it like that. Okay, turn it over. Let's see where they ended up. Oh, right on the edge. And let's see. Well, that's not exactly where we want them, is it? So I'm just going to shove them over a little bit, so this will be slightly off center, but that's okay. That'll be fine. If I remember rightly, that's just what we did with the Christmas album as well. pencil. I'll put that one right about there. And this one, looks like the adhesive stuck on that. So let's just move that over. There we go. And then we're going to put this one want to make sure I get the right side adhered. I'll put that one there. Okay. Just like that. Okay. And then I'm going to put a piece of tape on the top of that one also. So that's where those are going to go. I think I'll put them that way. And I'm going to use this plaid. I think I have enough of it to do both. All right, so what I'm doing is I'm going to lay this piece right on top. I'm going to trace the shape on the piece, okay? And then I just need to join this long line here. Whoops. Now, because I traced it, this piece is going to be the exact size of the mat. We don't want that. We want it to be a little inside, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, this is where a clear ruler comes in handy, and I had one out. What did I do with it? Did I put it away thinking I didn't need it? No. Sorry. Oh, there it is. Okay. All right, so you can take a clear ruler, just put it on the line. I'm just going to put it about 1/8 of an inch and bring it in a little bit, just like that. And the same at the bottom. Okay, and I'm only doing these two sides because I think that'll be enough to give us the size we want. So we're going to do the first one. I'm just going to cut just inside that line. Okay. Now, that piece is going to go right there. Let's see, that's fine. Looks good. All right, let's go ahead and get that one inked. And just double checking, looks good. And that's where we have those magnets, so I'm going to use my baby wipe to burnish that down rather than try to use I'll put it a little low. Oh well, it's going to be hidden anyway. Okay, and then this one is going to go on top, and shoot, what did I do there? All right, now I think I'll use that same plaid Again, you want to lay it. I'm just using, I know that this edge is pretty straight, so I'm laying it right up against the edge of the paper. Okay, there we go. And we're going to draw a line. Okay, and then we're going to come up 1/8 of an inch. And we're going to come in 1/8 of an inch from this line. And cut it again. Going there. Looks good. Now, if you don't want to make your own envelope, you could use any purchased envelope that you like. Or if you have one of those, the envelope punch board, make an envelope with that. Use that. You don't need to do this by hand. Go. Cute. Okay. Now we're going to fold this side in. We're going to fold this side over on top of it, I think. Or do we want to do it this way? I think we'll do it this way. That way the magnets will have the most sticking power. So I'm just going to do a little glue there and a little glue there. Okay, like that, and then this one comes up and over like that. And there. Then down the road, we will probably add a little something here and decorate this. Okay, so where's our book? And not too far down the road because we've reached the embellishing stage. Just like that. Cute. Like that. Okay. All right. All right. So that I think is enough for now. All right. Get some things out of the way here. Now, we didn't get the side pocket inserts done, but that's all right. We'll do them next time. So next time we will finish this book. We'll do all our embellishing and inserts and all that stuff and get it done. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying it. Again, this is a design team project for Country Craft Creations, and all of the supplies are available there. I'm using linen and craft artisan cardstock, and of course the beautiful paper collection, which is Echo Park. I'm reaching over here so I'm going to show you the and I have these frames and tags. It's my favorite fall. And we also have a sticker sheet to work with. We've still got cut-aparts to work with. I'm probably going to use some flowers from my stash. So if you don't have any fall flowers, you might want to pick some up. And we will get this done next time. Thanks again for watching. If you haven't already, please do subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. If you have already, thank you so much. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.